Well, I'm glad you are here and your channel looks super cute. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's been so much fun to make. Most of the videos, I draw all of the graphics that go with them. Like the ones that I do based off of like Disney songs, I use official Disney graphics for those. But other than that, like most of my videos, I draw the little squishmallows. I make the panda with the blinking eyes and stuff. Like I figured
Aw,
out how to animate some graphics and stuff like that. So most of those
fun.
come from me. But no, none of the music at this point comes from
Okay.
me. Maybe in the future.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here with Morgan, who I haven't spoken to in forever, so I'm super excited to see her. So, Morgan, you've been on my channel many, many times, but for those that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, sure. My name is Morgan, and I have a degree in music education, K through 12. I'm working on a master's degree in, I don't know, but I am working towards a master's degree. It was an early childhood. Now I'm taking so many music classes. Who knows what it's going to be? But I took a break from teaching in public schools for a while. I homeschooled my kids. I taught for a while, quite a while with a VIP kid, and had a lot of fun and a lot of success teaching with VIP kid. But once all the changes happened, I went back to school, re-got my teaching certificate, which I accidentally let lapse. And now I'm currently a music teacher at an amazing school, an elementary school. So I teach K through 6 music, and I absolutely adore it.
Oh, I love it. So for those teachers that are like me, let's not let our certificate
Don't
lapse.
do it. It's a lot of money to go back to college.
I didn't even think about that. I better go check into that because
Seriously.
for mine, we had to take classes like so many within like your first 6 years of teaching, or so many within so many years for DODS. So for Department of Defense that I worked for.
Oh,
So,
totally. I know
yeah.
for my state, it's you either have to be physically in a school, or I believe you have to just check in every 6 years and make sure that, I don't know, it's something, but if you
Yeah.
are currently teaching, you don't need to worry about it. But if you're not, that's where it gets a little dicey.
Yes. So I better check into that.
Seriously.
So you've been a teacher for quite a while, right?
Yeah.
What was your why for becoming a teacher?
Honestly, it's because I was kind of a sullen kid and I didn't smile a lot. And like for me, it was a substitute teacher who just came up to me after like having me for several different like days and was just like, you should smile more. And like, why don't you smile? And like just had a conversation with me. And it meant a
Aw.
lot to me. And like even now I'm 34 years old, but I still think back fondly to that conversation that this gal took a few minutes out of her day to do to fourth grade me, to have that conversation with fourth grade me. So just like
Aw.
conversations and experiences with teachers, just being that loving person in someone's lives. And I came from a loving family, but just an outside person
That's right.
who loves you and cares for you and also loves education and wants to uh, build into you and wanting to be that person. Like there's a saying that's really popular these days. It's that be the person that you needed when you were little. And like I said, I had a very supportive, loving childhood, but still I think that I can build in and be that sort of person for that sullen child. I can be that person for someone else.
Oh, I love it. I can think back at teachers that have changed me as well. I just love that. I just noticed that I'm on my bigger monitor and you were
Yeah.
like over here, so I probably looked like I was looking way over here. So
No,
I
I
just
haven't
put you
noticed.
in the middle, Morgan. You are right there now.
That sounds good. Hello.
Hello, everyone. They've seen us enough. They know
Oh
how
yeah.
I am,
Yeah.
So you already mentioned that you brick and mortar and an online teacher.
Yes. Yes.
Preference?
Definitely. So they both have like their awesomeness, but I
Yeah.
prefer to be face to face with the students. I prefer like even like loving discipline, just that being next to someone, the proximity. When someone's misbehaving in your online classroom, you sort of have to call them out on it. Like,
Yeah.
I see your cell phone. What's on your cell phone? What's on the TV that's next to your screen? You sort of call them out more on it. And that oftentimes can cause someone to feel ashamed and cause them to sort of shut down or cause that attitude where they're like, I didn't want to learn before. Now I super don't want to learn. I don't like you. But when you're in a public school, when you're in that brick and mortar, you have that proximity. So you have a student who's misbehaving. You can just sort of stand closer to them while you continue your positive teaching, your positive reinforcement, and just that sheer ability to just be by them can sometimes help them to do better. And then also having a larger classroom, you can, if someone's uncomfortable, doesn't know the answer, you can call on someone else. If someone's misbehaving, you can point out the opposite of that behavior in someone else. And so there's just benefits to being with the students, and there's benefits to having more than one student to help with that sort of ability. But then also when you're teaching online, you only have one kid, you learn a lot more about them, you learn more about their family, you sometimes get to meet their family, and you develop more of that like relationship, almost a familial friend relationship that you don't necessarily get when you're teaching at a public school. So I definitely see pros and cons in both areas, and I love them both for different reasons.
I've been missing it this year. I've really started missing in class teaching. I'm like, oh, my babies.
I totally
taught kindergarten, guys. So yes. So all of my friends were like posting pictures of their like classroom setup, and oh, I got my students' names today, and I'm like,
I want my kids' names. Yes, I understand.
Did you see the meme come up like beginning of the year teacher tired, and it was all like the characters being
there's Anna, yes.
Years ago I had posted that like, yeah, this is a real thing. And this year I posted like, oh, I miss being teacher tired at the beginning of the year.
Oh man.
So weird.
Yeah.
All right, Morgan, how long have you been on YouTube? I know you've been on YouTube longer than me.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I started on YouTube when I was a VIP Kid teacher. So I don't know, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years. But when VIP Kid did the big old change that they did, I deleted all my VIP Kid YouTube videos because I didn't want to accidentally lead someone astray by like saying, oh, this is what's on such and such lesson, such and such. So I deleted all of those. And then I became as I was getting my, re-upping my teaching certificate, I became a substitute teacher. And then within being a substitute teacher, I became a long-term music substitute teacher. And so then from like learning what my students really liked and trying to build in things that they enjoy along with the concepts that I was trying to teach them, I started making my own videos for them to use in the classroom. And then I had no place to put them. So I put them on my old YouTube channel, and I just redid all of my the URL, and I redid all my graphics, and I started uploading them there. So yeah, so I've had that account for about 4 years, 3 or 4 years, but it's been in this format for about maybe 6 months. Maybe
I love it. So for those of you that don't know, we are going to put in some clips here so that you can check them out. Morgan said I could share her channel and some of her fun that she has on there, but I think it's really good for like homeschooling parents that need some music requirements, I guess. I don't know that that's the right word, but they're looking for some music to add into their own curriculum. They certainly could go to your channel because you teach pretty much some of your music curriculum on there, just with fun, in a fun way.
Thank you. Yeah. So I do a lot of rhythmic videos. So it has the rhythms on the screen. And so that was one of the first things that I did. So I had ta, ti, ti, to, all those different rhythms. And then there's a highlight behind each of them to show when you clap that rhythm. Well, then as I was continuing, and then recalling back to my Orff Schulwerk background, that sometimes a student needs to experience it before they can put a label on it. So then I started making my fruit salad videos. And those you just use regular fruit names. So like apple, watermelon, peach. And so having these pictures that I've drawn up on the screen, and then the kids can just narrate what they see on the screen. And then as the video progresses, the peach then is the bottom of note head of the quarter note. And then a watermelon becomes 16th notes with 4 little watermelons on the bottom. And then by the time the video is done, we've taken away all the graphics and all you see are the note names. And I've actually seen my own students from the school that I'm teaching at right now. My 3rd graders, they started out with like, why am I saying watermelon? And then by the end of the 3 minutes, they're like, ticka, ticka, ta. And I'm like, yes, you got it. And I just absolutely love that. There was one girl that turned around at the end and she said, I see what you did there. And I'm like, yes.
She can't find her friends. Can you help her? Her friends are cat and panda. The rest is quiet. Shh.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is. I actually, if you can believe it, every single video I make in Google Slides.
Okay.
So it's like literally you make a different slide for each one, and then I record my screen, and then I hit the space bar, and every time, and so I'm over here like getting in the groove, like ta ta ting ting ta. I got to do the beat, right? And then there's like this one time that I like sneezed while I was doing it, and I missed the beat. And so then I was behind a slide, and then I had to redo the entire ding dang thing. And so my kids can tell when I'm doing it because they're like, Mom is aggressively hitting the space bar. So she must be recording one of her videos. But I can put like weeks into making the PowerPoint presentation. And then I have like my performance time, which is when I then sit down and I record my screen and I hit the button. But it's a lot of prep work that goes into the performance time. But then once it's done, and I can upload it and it's done, and it's available for all my students to use and available for other teachers to use as well. So there's definitely a joy in that.
So you are sharing. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So make sure you subscribe too, because you're gonna want, I'm telling you, you're gonna want these videos. I love it.
I'm working on a Halloween set right now. I'm going to do a Halloween Keeping the Beat, where the characters go, they keep the beat and they go to a house. And then at the house, they knock on the door and they get a piece of candy. So that's another thing, is that students, like, if you tell your students just to keep the beat, like that is such a valuable thing, especially for your kindergartners and your first graders. But if you're like, keep the beat to the song, they get tired. And the songs are usually about, you know, the average length of a song is 3 minutes, right? And so if you're just having the kids clap, so then, okay, I can mix it up. Now stomp to the beat. Now shake your hands to the beat. You know, you can do that, but eventually your kids are going to be tired, or they're not going to want to do it. But if you have that visual, I try to have something cute, like a surprise that comes every few measures, where, oh, they'll get a piece of candy. Oh, they're going to draw a picture. I have one where it's animals in the classroom, where you clap to the beat. And then after a couple of measures, then the animal comes up and they've been collecting crayons, and then they hold up their picture that they've been drawing. So just having a little bit of visual interest, it keeps the students interested, and it keeps them doing that activity for longer, hopefully.
Yeah, especially with the younger kids, that engagement is so important. So yeah, especially for online. I think your videos would be great for online as well, because like Amanda Panda used to tell us, we're like the size of toast on some of these classes. So you have to keep the kids engaged the whole time. So Morgan, tell us the name of your YouTube and how you came up with it. It's super cute.
Thank you. It's Quirky Music Teacher. And honestly, it's because I'm a big old weirdo, and like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm a weirdo, but having your channel be a weirdo teacher or something doesn't sound very positive. But then I believe maybe I was still teaching with VIP Kid when I made the YouTube channel, because I actually got after I set the name of the channel and everything, I got a parent review from VIP Kid, and it said, the quirky teacher did blah, 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 blah. And so referring to me as the quirky teacher, and it was like a 5 apple positive review. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm glad I picked that. That's me. That's me. Other people see it's me too. So it works for me.
I always say I'm quirky. So I think it's funny because I'm very quirky, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So. Well, we're going to put in a few different clips here and there. And do you have a favorite one that I should show everybody?
Oofta.
Yeah, I didn't put that on your question. So
right now, my favorite one is probably the Keeping the Beat classroom one. I just think that's super fun. And then my favorite one for working with rhythms is I have a couple of them where it has the students say different colors. So like yellow, red, and it has crayons on the screen. Or maybe it's like paint blobs. Anyway, and then at the end, it's like, what are yellow and red together? Orange. So it's like a cross-curricular. It's a little bit of art, and then it's definitely music, and it's counting the syllables and everything. So I think that one's super fun too.
Yeah, that is awesome. I love that it's cross-curricular too, so everybody can use them.
Well, for sure.
So is there anything else you want us to know about your channel or anything?
Nothing in particular. I guess as a teacher, knowing when to use like any sort of technology is really important. And for me, I always use, and I don't even always use videos from my channel. Are you familiar with Scratch Garden?
No.
Scratch Garden has these great videos that are like freeze dances, and they're great for gross motor skills. I use them a lot with my younger students. So I actually alternate Keep the Beat video one week, and the next week I do a Scratch Garden video. And I do that at the very end of my lesson because my students are starting to lag, their attention is starting to wane. And something about just the colors and the fact that you're on YouTube and, ooh, we're cool, we're on YouTube, we're YouTubers. So we having that sort of screen, using that as their last activity in class. I try to end every class period with some sort of video, and then we sing our goodbye song, and then I line them up. So I guess as a teacher, knowing when to use within the arc of your class, when to incorporate YouTube videos and when to incorporate technology can definitely help with your pacing.
Yeah. Have you ever done Go Noodle?
I have, yes.
Yeah, those are fun to get up and dance. I used to do those every indoor recess because some teachers are like, oh, we don't need recess. If it's indoor, we're just going to work or something. And I'm like, oh, no way. We put on a Go Noodle for recess time and just let them dance it all out.
Absolutely. It is so developmentally important to have kids moving. And so, that really freaks me out that people are not doing indoor recess. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Make them, have them move, not make them move. But usually the first couple, you'll notice they're kind of shy and everything. But by the, I don't know, a week into school, everybody was up dancing. Parents like, how'd you get my kid to dance? I'm like, no, I don't make a big deal out of it. They just start moving and dance one day. So
yeah, oh, definitely. And it's that idea of making sure that your classroom is a safe space for students to involve themselves. That can be so difficult, especially as music teachers, because the voice is such a personal instrument. So it's always important to make sure that your room is a safe space.
So as a music teacher, are you going to have to like design a performance for the grades, or do you? That always seems like so much work. I'm like, how do they do this with all the different classrooms? And
oh my gosh. Well, like you never do it all in one day. You never have like kindergarten through 6th grade, because then you would pull your hair out and then you'd have no hair. But yeah, no, I think that the most important thing about a concert is making sure that it's something that the kids can put their stamp of approval on and that they're happy with at the end of the day. So I always make sure that my students play instruments, or I'm working on my Orchestral Works certification. I have levels 1 and level 2. When I have level 3, Lord willing, next summer, then I'll be fully Orchestral Works certified. But anyhow, all that to say, we have our Orff instruments out. If their kids are old enough, I try to have them write their own Orff orchestration so that they're performing something that they've written. I try to always make sure that my students are dancing. So we're doing like a patriotic thing for 5th and 6th grade coming up soon. And I'm going to have the kids do the Virginia Reel folk dance. And so half of them are going to be doing the Virginia Reel and half of them are going to be singing Turkey in the Straw while the other half are doing the Virginia Reel. It's going to be awesome. I'm so stinking excited. So yeah, concerts can be a bit stressful, but like, I don't know, they're really fun. And the kids are so proud of themselves afterwards. Like if done properly, then it can be something that just really galvanizes the whole school community. So I'm all about it.
Oh, you're so much fun, Morgan.
Thank you.
Your students are so lucky to have you.
It's the Dr. Pepper talking.
Well, you know me, it's usually coffee. So
yes, fully understand.
All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and we'll see you all next time.
Bye. Thank you.